Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the 5 daily habits to align with your soul. And some of the things that we're going to talk about seem painfully obvious, but they need to be talked about because most people are not doing them. And I want to help you to align with your soul because it feels really good. And you'll be happier and live a lot longer and live a lot better if you do these things. So number 1, and there's a reason this is number 1, guys. You need to slow the hell down. You need to slow down. Look at Western civilization. What a magnificent thing on one hand, right? Western civilization, because, I don't know, we've got all this cool technology and like big office buildings and we put people on the moon and computers and I don't know, it's just like easy to live. You know what I mean? Like for the most part, when you look at like compared to maybe some of the other places in the world, just go with me, right? I'm speaking in generalities. It's not perfect, but but here's the trade-off. Here's the thing. Here's the trade-off. People work and work and work and work and work. Even when you leave your job, you get home and there's a million things that need to be done and they have to get done right now, right? They got to get done right now. And some people, they just have this like perfectionist approach to everything, to life, and it drives them crazy. You got to separate yourself from the ego. Just go watch my other videos. If you're new here, there's a playlist on this channel called The True Spiritual Journey. You should go watch those videos. You need to separate yourself from ego. It is ego that drives you to do those things. And I'm not saying that ego is bad. Ego has its use, but it's not really meant for you to be lived through every moment of the day because it'll stress you out. The ego wants things. Ego is what they call separation consciousness in traditional Zen spiritualism, right? And so the ego is always looking to the external, to objects, to things, money, people, experiences, whatever, food, drugs, just whatever it is, right? To get its fulfillment, to feel whole and complete. And if you live through ego, then you believe that it is you that needs those things to feel complete. And recognizing that that is just one aspect of the 3-part triune being, body, mind, soul, right? And seeing yourself, which is soul, as separate from the ego, you'll begin to see that. You'll see the ego for what it is. And it is there to protect you, to help you. It does serve a purpose. It's not a bad thing. But the problem is most people live through that, and it drives them nuts. All you need to do is slow down. All you need to do is slow down, guys. Stop overpacking your schedule. Like me, one of my things that I used to do all the time was this activity of spreading myself out way too thin, having a million different friends who all need watering like plants. I gotta water all the plants and take care of them all the time. Every weekend, every night after work, just always, always, always on the go. Friends, family. And that's very nice to try to be available to my friends so much, but gosh darn it drove me nuts. And I finally got myself to the point after my awakening where I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna not hang out with as many people anymore. I just don't have time for it, guys. I'm one person, and it's not mean. It's just, gosh, you gotta maybe keep the friends that are really valuable to you down to a smaller group of people. And how many times have you heard somebody say the old saying of, you can count all your real friends on one hand, right? And that's true. And you don't need to be hanging out with them all the freaking time, Kurt. Maybe once every couple of weeks or something. I would really just kind of pace myself. And I made time for being. Your soul is being. Your soul is just existence. Go watch my other videos in the True Spiritual Journey playlist. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that in this video. I've definitely made videos about it, but it's not really a vibration. It's just a being. It's deeper than the vibration of thought and emotion. It's your very presence. It's the willingness that you have, the awareness of the awareness, right? It's the awareness of the awareness, and it's the willingness that you have within you to allow yourself to just exist. And that's all. Like, think of the activity of meditation, which we're going to talk about in a second, right? It's literally doing nothing. Like, that's the whole object, is that there is no object to meditation. It's really just allowing yourself to exist. So it's really going to help you if you can just take a lot of things out of your schedule, stop making excuses. I mean, guys, you might even consider a career change. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not saying throw away a career where you make a lot of money or something like that on a whim, but you guys, you got to do something, and you got to stop making excuses. I know you're busy. I know you got kids. I know that we live in the kind of world that we live in, but you guys, you got to do something. You got to stop making excuses. There has to be a way for you to build more time in your schedule to just relax and just be, right? Slow down. Stop being in a hurry to get everything done. Stop looking to that outcome, that goal that you're trying to acquire all the time, and just be. You got to slow the hell down. Your whole lifestyle, you got to slow it down and take it easy. Yeah. Okay, number two. Number two is meditate, meditate, meditate. And this goes hand in hand with number one. You got to make a whole lifestyle out of meditation. A whole lifestyle out of it. Meditation is simply the act of shifting your focus, shifting the focus of your attention to the present. There's two places that your attention can be focused on. Thought and emotion, which is the mind, right? You're a three-part triune being, body, mind, soul, right? Your attention, your focus, which is the soul, by the way, awareness, consciousness, attention, focus, right? All kind of different words to describe the same thing. Attention, awareness, consciousness, focus, right? The self, consciousness, awareness, attention. Okay, that's the soul. The mind is thought and emotion. So your attention, which is you, can be focused either on thought and emotion, the mind, or on the present moment, your surroundings, what you're doing, what's going on, the things that you can hear, see, feel, taste, touch, your senses, right? That's it. Your mind is very, very sneaky. It's going to try to convince you that there's 102 places that your attention can be focused on, and there is not. The mind is going to come up with all these convoluted backdoor ways of trying to distract you and tell you that there's all these other things you got to figure out first, and you do not. You do not have to do any of that. That's all thinking, figuring out, thinking, understanding, thinking, figuring out, right? That's what that is. And I'm not saying that's bad. That's just what that is. And the more energy that you spend focused on thought, the more that it drains you, and you live through thought, you live through ego, you live through separation consciousness of doing, right? Which is what I just talked about in my first talking point, which is that you need to slow down, right? That's the ego. Being is where you're focusing on what is. Meditation is simply the act of shifting the focus of your attention to the present, to what is, and that even includes your mind. If your mind is going and you're feeling emotions, right? We're not trying to stop thought. We're simply looking away from it, okay? And allowing it to be, just allowing it to be there, doing whatever it's doing. Okay, my mind is going and going. I wish it would stop, but that's okay. It's just doing what it's doing. It's part of your present experience, right? Shift the focus of your attention to the present, okay? So if you can focus more on what you're doing, some activity, it could be washing your hands, it could be walking down the street, looking at the trees, reading a book, when you're sitting and meditating, just being there. When you're driving your car, you're paying closer attention to the road, looking at the cars, really noticing things, being fully present, hearing the sounds that you can hear. You know what I mean? Being fully present. Your awareness, your very awareness, consciousness, that's the soul. And so when you're focused on what is, you're being present. And that does include thoughts and emotions too. But you are separating yourself from the thinker, from the mind. And it's It's not you anymore. It's just part of your current experience. That's meditating. And you got to make a lifestyle out of it, guys. You got to make a lifestyle out of it. Every waking moment of every day, when you don't need to be thinking about something, don't. Shift your attention away from thought and into the present. Again, it's not that we're trying to stop thought, because that's more thought. That's resistance to what is. That's the mind. You're looking away from it. And if it's still there going, or emotions, you just accept that and just let them be and just allow them to be part of your current experience. And look at the things around you, hear the sounds, smell the smells, feel the room around you. Make a lifestyle out of meditation. And by the way, to facilitate a lifestyle of meditation, you got to slow down, right? That was point number 1. Okay, number 3, get good quality sleep. And make sure that you are getting enough sleep every day. This is very, very important. And this just seems really obvious, but most people don't do this, guys. You need anywhere from 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, the average adult. The average adult, okay? That's a medical fact. I don't even have to debate anybody about that. Why don't more people do that? And I was really, really bad about doing that, even after my spiritual awakening started. And after a while, I just got so tired of being tired. And I said, wait a minute, Kurt, what are you doing? Get enough sleep. Go to bed. And then my mind would go, well, wait a minute. When I lay down in bed, I just can't make myself go to sleep. And blah, 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 blah. It would make all these excuses. Your mind, it's going to make all these excuses why you can't do it. And that's total bullshit. That's total bullshit. It's total bullshit. Go lay down in bed. Close your eyes and go to sleep. You will go to sleep. You will go to sleep. Also, I've got something really cool to share with you. There's a video from a gentleman named Thomas Hall. I'm not affiliated with him, but it works. And I'm going to put a link in the description box below to the Thomas Hall video. It's about 8 hours long. It's a sleep meditation. You guys know that I've coached over 2,000 students in my spiritual coaching system. And every single time, and I'm talking, I don't know, a couple hundred people, I've given them this sleep meditation from Thomas Hall. They come back like the next day and they're like, oh my God, Kurt, it worked. I don't know why it works so good, you guys, but it does. So you just put that on your phone and have that going quietly in the background while you're trying to sleep. It's an 8-hour-long sleep meditation. It works. It'll put you out like a light. It'll put you right out. I don't know why it works, but it does. If you're having trouble sleeping, it works so good. I've never come across somebody who it didn't work with. Now, your sleeping schedule is very important too. Make sure you're getting enough sleep and make sure that you're sleeping on a 100% consistent schedule. It's a medical fact that the human body needs that regularity, okay? And when you get better quality sleep, your energy is better throughout the day the next day. It'll help you stay present. It'll help you live a lifestyle of meditation, which was point number 2, right? What we were talking about in the second talking point. Make meditation a lifestyle. If your energy is better, is it going to be easier or harder for you to stay present and meditate all day? It's going to be easier. Get quality sleep, guys. It's so important. And sleep on a regular sleeping schedule. Also, meditate for about 20 or 30 minutes after bed, right? When you get up in the morning, get up. Don't lay in bed. Don't hit the snooze button. Get up. Go to the bathroom, coffee, whatever, drink a glass of water, whatever you do, and then go plop your butt in a chair and meditate for at least 20 or 30 minutes. If you want to listen to some music, go ahead. Something quiet like Ishq. There's a musical act called Ishq, I-S-H-Q, Ishq. They're all over YouTube. Just go look for their music. There's a whole channel called Ishq with all their music. I've got some playlists on my channel with some of my favorite music from Ishq, I-S-H-Q. Go check them out. It's really, really soothing, really good to meditate to. There's also some guided meditations on my channel. Just go look around in the playlists section of my channel. There's some guided meditations that you can try out. Meditate for at least 20 or 30 minutes right after bed and just kind of allow yourself to slowly come to in the mornings. And remember to slow down, guys. Don't be in such a hurry to start your day. You've got to make being a lifestyle choice. You got to make meditation your lifestyle if you want to align with your soul. You got to make staying present your lifestyle, and you got to slow down. So that's really, really super important after bed. Now, before bed, minimum 45 minutes before bed, no blue light, no reading your book for the last 20 minutes before bed. And meditate 20 minutes before bed. 45 minutes before bed, no blue light, no television, no cell phone, put it down. I know it's addictive. That's a problem. There's a reason it's addictive. You got to make yourself, you got to slap yourself on the hand if you reach for that cell phone. If you want to put music on, if you use your cell phone for something constructive like finding music to listen to while you meditate, that's one thing, but turn it off. Turn the light off, turn the screen off, put it down when you have the music going. No blue light for 45 minutes before bed. And if you can go longer, do that, right? What I do is 2 hours before bed, I'll read a book, and then about an hour before bed, I turn off the blue light, and then the last 20 minutes, no sound, no music, nothing. I meditate in silence. And then I go lay down in bed, and I meditate for another 10 minutes, and then I just fall asleep. And I go to bed every day at the same time consistently, and I get up every day at the same time consistently, and I'm getting about 7.5 hours of sleep every night, every day. That's my schedule, and I feel amazing. I feel amazing. Sleep is so, so important. You are going to be connecting to your soul. Well, you are your soul, but you kind of know what I mean. Sleep is that time when the soul comes back in, it recharges the body. It's so important, guys. You really got to do good sleep. It really, really helps. Number 4, diet. Duh. There's a reason spiritual people eat a better diet, guys. You see spiritual people talking about eat vegan, and we're going to talk about that because you don't have to do that if you don't want. So I'm going to talk about that in a second. But when I started my awakening, I was like, yeah, I don't want to be like those flakes. Those people are flakes. I don't want to be like them, I want to be regular guy like I always have been. Yeah, and I'll still drink a beer every once in a while. I don't drink a lot. I might have a couple with dinner every once in a while or something, but I don't drink that much, guys, at all. I really don't. And my diet, right now I'm doing the ketogenic diet. It's high in fat, really, really high in fat, and I feel terrific. So no, you don't have to be a vegan or anything like that. Eat soy and all that kind of stuff, but if you do, good for you. Be a vegan. It's a very healthy lifestyle. Vegetarian, the Mediterranean lifestyle diet, that's my favorite. And after I meet my weight and fitness goals with the keto diet, I do want to go back to the Mediterranean lifestyle diet. But it was a lot of fresh vegetables, fish, olive oil. Oh my God, it was so good. I felt incredible. And it's really, really good for you. Sugars, carbs, fried foods aren't necessarily bad if you do it right. It's like deep fried carbohydrates and sugars. Those are the worst. Those are the worst. So watch out for those things. Learn about diet. It's so important, guys. I don't mean to nag you about this stuff, but gosh darn it, eat a healthy diet. What the hell is wrong with you? And another thing, drink enough water. You need to drink at least 8 glasses a day, they say. I mean, everybody's body is going to be a little different. Guys, I drink like a gallon or more of water every day, fresh water. And watch this. I have one of these things. It's a reverse osmosis water machine. They're really not that expensive, you guys. They're very, very affordable. It was like $100 to have them come in and install it, and then it's like $19.75 a month that I pay to rent that thing. And you guys, reverse osmosis water is like almost 100% pure clean water. Like there's no junk in it whatsoever at all. It's so good. Some people like mineral water. If you want to do that, that's great. Just drink good clean water every day and enough of it. Please mind your diet. Again, if your energy is really good, let me do the converse. If you have shit energy and you're tired and run down all the time because you don't sleep enough and you eat shitty food, is it going to be easier or harder to align with your soul and stay present? Harder. Your diet is so critical, guys. It's so, so critical. Number 5, exercise. Duh. And you don't need to be like Hulk Hogan or something working out, trying to get all ripped. Just go for a walk every day. I go for a walk every day. do some aerobics, yoga, do something, guys, do something, okay, please. Your body will thank you and your soul will thank you, which is kind of dumb because you already are your soul, but I think you know what I mean. That's it, guys. These are simple, simple things that really seem obvious. And again, the most important thing is you really got to slow down. If you need to make lifestyle changes, you're going to have to do them, guys. Stop making excuses. Make a lifestyle that is conducive to being still and calm and slowing down. Getting out of the emotional body and relaxing. It's so, so important, you guys. Read a lot of books about meditation too. God knows I've made all kinds of videos where I talk about the books you can read. Go watch my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.